Hey folks, how's it going? Hope you're well. I'm just going to do a quick kind of a show and tell today. A few people, if you saw my video yesterday, the walk around of this place that I'm staying at whilst I'm in work, a few people asked about the kind of stuff that I generally keep in the back of the car, and so I thought I'd just do a kind of a quick show and tell today. To show you what I kind of keep in here really. I've got a, let me just say before I start, I'll just say that I'm using my Samsung Galaxy Buds on my S21 to record this video, so hopefully the audio is good. I've got it set to take the mic from the phone and from the buds, just because I kind of think, you know, it's a lovely location, there's lots of birds and that about, so it'd be really nice for you to kind of hear those. So without further ado, I'll just I'll step right in. So I've just changed the audio recording to just to the buds because the wind is quite bad. I'll just have a swig of my coffee. I just brought you in a little bit closer now just so I can show you what's going on here, and this is pretty much left as it was after our last round Wales kind of trip. So I just jumped right in. The first thing I keep in here is the awning room. This is not a permanent thing. This only really comes in here when I'm away with work, and I use the awning room off the awning when we're travelling. When we're away, you'll have seen our trailer, and we really don't need an extra room to go with it. Some odds and sods, see, these things really don't need to be in here, but handy to have some water on board. Often travel with a family, so we've got toys, and then really we get on to kind of the nitty gritty really, and this is the main kind of kit. So I'll go from the top down, then I'll talk about the rest. I keep bungees in here. Bungees are a good thing. They're kind of a fix-all. Just on the side here I've got my shemag, absolutely battered now, but this has kind of been everywhere with me. I mean, it's kind of travelled around the world, and I'm just I've got lots of them, and I'm just reluctant to throw this one away. And then just stuck down the side here, just some waterproof clothing really, and I'm keen to kind of dual purpose equipment, and this there's trousers and jacket in here, and this serves kind of two purposes really. First of all, it's handy if I need to get underneath the truck and start working on something and break down on a green lane or whatever, or on a dirt track. I can put this on so as not to get my clothes dirty. But the jacket is also high vis, and in some countries, especially in Europe for example, that's kind of compulsory. You have to carry high vis, so I've got one in there, and I'll show you I've got a couple of other high vises in a minute as well. This is the dog's hook. Dump this in the ground, clip the dog onto that where he kind of needs to be kept on a lead. I had a couple of other bits and bobs down there, just wires and that, ready for when I finish riding the CB, which I haven't done yet. And just tucked down the back then, we've normally got 3 chairs. The one is already out at the moment because I'm away with work. 1 chair, 2 chair, they're just these really lightweight fishing kind of chairs. They're ideal, you know, and these live in here permanently. And also down the back then we've got air compressor. I mean, it looks small, it's a Tac Life one, it's off Amazon. It looks small, but it's one of these kind of ones that does that does the air pressure for you. You just set it and hit go and it goes, and it does it. It's brilliant, it's never let me down. It's not a great big T-Max one or an ARB one, but it kind of just works. Then we've got obviously my brew kit here. I'll show you where the jet boil lives in a minute. Incidentally, this jet boil has been with me since I was in the army, nearly 2021 or 2004. What's that, 17 years, still going strong. Even the piezo ignition still works. Incredible. testament to quality engineering. Dog's water bowl, my water bowl. This is it's one of these kind of neat ones. If you've not seen these before, they're really good. It's a Ridge Monkey jobby. Kind of take that off, and then a tap hides in this bottom lid that goes on there. That goes on there. I mean, back and then screw onto there for safekeeping. Kind of genius idea, if you ask me. We sometimes travel with the trailer, and sometimes we travel without, depending on kind of what we're doing, as in like now, for example. So I kind of like to have a versatile setup, something I can use in the trailer, something I can use in the Land Rover. So I always travel with water, but usually if I've got a trailer, we've got 50 litre tank on the trailer, so we tend to leave that behind to create space for the boot. Also in the back here we've got jump leads. My jumpers have got Anderson connectors, because I've got an Anderson connector directly off the battery in the front, so I can just plug these straight in. But that Anderson connector doubles up, so I can also plug in my kind of my winch plugs into the Anderson connector off the battery. This plugs in the air compressor also plugs in. This is my this is kind of a family med pack. There's spare tablets for me. There's temperature gauge. There's Calpol. There's smidge. There's DEET from Mozzie's. There's various creams, antihistamine creams, and all that sort of stuff in there. And it's just really handy to have for me, but also you know, for when the kids are with us, we use that as well. Then what else have we got on the back here? A couple of things. We've got the tow hitch. It's removable, so, and it doesn't lock in, so I kind of take that off when I'm not using it. And then just at the back here, hopefully you can still see this on the camera, that's seat number 4. That's kind of the baby seat there. And just a spare soft shackle hanging there as well. A couple of clips that I use for kind of various things. Just off to the side here, spare dog leads, and oh, excuse me a sec, the remote control for the winch. Just moved you to a different location for a sec. I'm just going to put the tow hitch back for now, and I'll just I'll just throw some of this stuff just right back in a minute where this come from, so that the farmer man where I'm staying doesn't think I'm having a sort out on his land. As, I mean, I don't know what he would think of that. I'm sure he'd be okay. He seems very friendly, but you just never know, do you? I don't kind of want to, and it's an opportunity as well for you to see how it all fits back together anyway. Just on the side here, I've got the kind of electric setup. Just tucked away down here, I've got, oh my god, USB light that kind of just lives there, really. Strobe, hey party, boom 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 boom. And if you're wondering, this is just old decking board that I had from that I had lying around in the garden. I've just knocked it together into a kind of a frame, and then ratcheted it tight down using the lashing points in the boot there, and it keeps it all pretty solid. In the side, down the side, I also keep my axe. That's for obviously reasons, not for protection, because don't do that sort of thing in the UK. This is for wood splitting. We've got a wood burning stove in the trailer, and kind of fire pit as well. So it kind of comes in handy for that. tend to keep it wedged underneath the strap there, because that then keeps it quite secure. And then kind of got 2 trays as well. One tray is kind of random stuff and brew kit. We've got various bits in here. We've got a bag of anti-bacterial wipes. Never know when you need to clean yourself, right? Especially in this day and age. In here we've got, now this is in here I've got a 12-volt pump, and this drops into, this is partly the reason actually why we've got the wide mouth Ridge Monkey water container. Oh, that's my wake up alarm. I'm obviously up early today. For in here we've got basically a fold away bucket, which I don't really need because I've got a Ridge Monkey, but we've got like a shower connection and a 12-volt pump as well. Really handy for kind of washing yourself off if you've been out a muddy day, you know, with dog walking or whatever, dirty field. Dog likes to go for a swim. If we've been down to the beach or whatever, I might give him a little wash off. As I say, we've got the Ridge Monkey, so we're always carrying the water to do that. Various other bits and bobs in here. I've got my trusty old motor, which has been with me forever and a day. Battered, but like it still kind of works. I don't know why I'm keeping it, actually. I probably should get rid of it. And then my bushcraft store. This is the TBS, I want to say it's a TBS bore. And then I've got fire steel and sharpening stock attached in there as well. The rest of the winch controller, which I probably never use because I can't actually get to the controller for it, so I'd be in trouble if my remote control ever ran out. Coffee sachets and sugar. Yuko candle is in there with a reflector, handy for the evenings. Big ass. What else we got in here? Handheld VHF radio. I've got a vehicle mount one in front as well. Spare gloves, charger for the VHF, and spare torch as well. I mean, you can never have enough light, right? This box kind of looks quite empty at the moment, but there's usually sort of there's usually more sort of we use this one as well for food, for cooking gear, for all sorts of kind of random stuff really when we're away for the day. Just going to throw a few more things back in their home. The waterproofs, the bungees, and the shemag, and the dog's hook was done there too. And we'll just drop the water back in. I think I mentioned this is seat number 4. This is baby's high seat, camping high seat. Bloody ideal. I don't know how we managed without it, to be honest with you. And then the big box and a couple of other things. Just making sure I hit record. This is the big heavy one. Lots going on in this box really. Probably a little bit overloaded if I'm honest. 2 bush shackles, a snatch block, and I know right now you're going to be saying, mate, why are you carrying all that for? You're in a soft roader Freelander, right? Well, I'll tell you why. This box was originally fitted out for our trip to Sweden, which obviously has gone by the wayside. That's kind of not going to happen now, which is, I mean, I hope it does still happen, but if it does, it's going to be later on this year. We were supposed to have spent 4 weeks in Sweden in April, and the thing with Sweden, of course, it's very rural, and chances are we would have been alone if we got stuck. And I wanted just to make sure, because I'd have family with me, I just wanted to make sure that we had kind of everything that we would need to get us out of a sticky situation. So the bow shackles and the strops and all the rest of it, there's a winch on the front of the Freelander as well, and these would all help me in those sorts of situations. I've done kind of winching recovery technique courses with various people over the years and various organisations, and I'm kind of quite confident in that area. So we've got that's I think a 5 metre strap, and then kind of a big heavy duty 8-ton trolley jack with the arm there. This is brilliant for spreading, splitting, lifting, doing, and this will just kind of lift the whole car on its own. Although obviously I wouldn't recommend getting underneath the car with just this, because that's just crazy dangerous. But in an emergency, I probably would, if I had to. This fetching pink bag, borrowed this off my daughter's waterproof trousers, and this just has a kind of punch and repair kit in it, spare valves, the rubbers for puncture stuff, the what's it called, kind of old tool, is that what it's called, and various other bits and bobs in there that I need to fix a puncture. And I've actually used one of these many times on several different types of tyre in the past, and they are brilliant. Probably my this would be the item of all the stuff. This is the one item that I would want to take with me every time, because it is just worth its weight in gold, to be honest. Got a tow rope in here. I'm probably going to remove that. That's kind of a bit of a historic thing. I'm probably going to remove that tow rope, to be honest, and put in another strap, because these are a lot more versatile. Got a much larger bow shackle. I bought this recently. I haven't used it yet. I mean, not a bow shackle, sorry, soft shackle. I mean, it looks like a bit of a monster. It's so big it doesn't even fit through the thimble on my winch, but I'm sure I'll find use for it at some point. In a couple of weeks, just going to drive strata forward now with 4x4 response wheels. Little funnel there. I can't remember actually what I used that for or why it's still in here, but I'm sure I've got a use for it, or it might come in handy for pouring fluids into the engine. Shovel. This is obviously for digging out. It's not great for digging out. Again, this has been with me since my army days. It's kind of it's versatile. Obviously, it's good for shovel recce's. You kind of, if you know, you know. But I won't explain what a shovel recce is at this stage. In here, I've got my kind of go-to spanner kit. Kind of a flexible set of spanners. All the ones with the kind of adjustable head, so you can get them into all the little gaps. I also keep a big adjustable spanner in here, and I'll tell you the story. The reason I've got this, actually, recently I went to do an oil change on this, and I could not for the life of me with a ratchet set or a spanner get the oil filter housing, the oil filter head off this car. Absolute nightmare. So I bought that for future occasions. Spare bulbs, again, in some parts of the world, Europe especially, carrying spare bulbs is compulsory. I've also got a socket set, just a kind of a basic socket set, but it served me well, and it gets a lot of use. All these tools are not just emergency tools, of course. I carry them, but I use them for kind of daily servicing and what have you as well. Impact kind of socket set for the wheels, for removing the wheel nuts. Here's the other high visors, two other high visors, one for me and one for the oldest daughter that we talked about before. Kind of seems to be kind of a lot of Allen key connections on this car, so we've got some of those too. And then just kind of general spare ratchet straps, really, because ratchet straps hold everything together. And the last thing that's in this box is my winch hook. I've got a thimble on the front at the moment. I might show you that in a minute. But I can put the winch hook back on if I need to. Particularly perhaps if I'm going somewhere where I think that I may need to grab and clip quickly. The billing mud run. Oh no, that wouldn't be a good example. Actually, that'd be quite poor. I might edit that out. I don't know, but somewhere like somewhere more difficult terrain where I think I might need to just clip in quickly to secure the vehicle, perhaps. I might put the hook back on. And a tyre pressure gauge. If ever you need to air down on difficult ground, and you kind of want to know. I've got the compressor that does accurate air pressures, but it's kind of handy to have something just as a kind of double check. or just for regular daily maintenance again, or weekly maintenance. Just go around, check tyre pressures. Don't want to get the compressor out, so I just get this little bad boy. That's that box, pretty much. I've got one more thing to show you. There's some stuff that just slides on the side of the box, but I'm going to put all this away, then I'll bring it back. Hey guys, so that's really it, pretty much. I just want to show you this this one last. Let me just turn that off. That's kind of pretty much it, really, guys. I just wanted to show you the last bit, really, the last kind of thing. You can see just through there, hopefully. I don't know if the light is too bad. I might keep my first aid kit on the other side of the grill, and the reason for that really is that I figure that if I need to get my first aid kit, I might not have time necessarily to get out of the car, get around to the back of the car. Somebody might have smashed into the back of us. I might not be able to get into the back of the car to get the first aid kit. So I figure the first aid kit needs to kind of live inside the cab, and so that's kind of where I keep it. Got a walking pole here. This kind of doubles as a couple of things. You've seen me testing my brake lights with this before on an IGTV kind of video. Really handy. Also props up the side door of our trailer, so if we're on a kind of slightly off level, we can dig this into the ground, and it just lifts the kitchen door of the trailer up to the right height, so we can use it as a level worktop. That's my other alarm. A couple of other things I keep in here. Again, you've got you've got the people that are going to query my sanity here and say, my God, why have you got a massive, great big ground anchor inside a Freelander? And again, that is for the purpose of kind of travelling alone, which we do kind of a lot, really. And I just want that security. That I want to feel safe in the knowledge that even if we're in a place with no trees, kind of with the winch, I will be able to get us out of a sticky situation with this kind of bad boy. And it just goes on the ground, the old bashing, like so, kind of with the axe. And I have used that, and I've used it to great effect in the past, actually, on other vehicles, and it kind of works really well, and I'm really pleased with it. So it's staying anyway. Then got a breaker bar to go with those impact wrench, impact sockets that you saw just now. What else do we keep in here? Kind of the dog toy. Triangle, warning triangle again. In some parts of the world this is compulsory. You must carry this in the car or you'll get fined, along with the light bulbs, warning triangle, the high vises. I think in France as well you also have to carry breathalyzers, throwaway breathalyzers, or any kind of breathalyzer, for example, for that matter. And then I also carry my my silky big boy, and this thing flies through thick wood like jam, like butter, like a knife through, like a hot knife through butter, you know. And brilliant if you're on the lanes or whatever and you need to lop off a big branch. I've got a chopping board in the house that I've cut with this, and it's probably got about a 10-inch diameter. Maybe took me 20 minutes. And the last thing is my Thunderbolt CV aerial, and this just sits on the front of the Land Rover's bonnet. Just kind of sits at about that height, and it works an absolute treat. And so that's it, guys. That's a quick show and tell of the boot of the car. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought, I think, but then actually I don't realise how much stuff I keep in here, you know. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with kind of the weight limit of the car. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's more than acceptable, even with a kind of full house, all the family in, and luggage too, and the dog. And with this extra weight limit, it has no trouble, and it just kind of works, and everything that I need is in here. The only thing that isn't in here that I would normally have in here, and I've forgotten about them and I've left them in the trailer, is that we normally keep 3 cups in here. One for me, one for Mrs. One Life Overland, and one for the oldest daughter. I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. thank you very much. If you're on Instagram, you know, come give me a follow. If you're on YouTube, give me a sub. I'll try and put this video up. I've done it for the purpose of putting it on YouTube because it's in kind of landscape mode. I'll try and get it on Instagram as well. I know there are kind of converters out there where I can do that, so I will. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.